Hey, what's up? This is Dale.
And Bryan from SEETHER.
And you're watching Midwest Music Scene.
Hey guys, this is Dave with Midwest Music Scene, and we're here with SEETHER. What's going on, guys?
Hello. How you doing?
Pretty good. How are you guys doing?
Great, man.
Yeah?
Stoked to be here, yeah.
Yeah? You guys excited for the set tonight? It's going to be killer.
Yeah, man. It's we were just speaking about earlier. You know, it's a great slot. I think we're going at 7:40, and in my experience, the best slot of the night, for us at least, is as the sun's going down and lights start having an effect.
Yeah.
During the day, lights. Yeah, you can do them, but you can't really see them. But
yeah.
To be the first band with the lights and a bit of a show, that's always cool. And the crowd usually responds pretty well to that.
Yeah. Sweet. So I noticed you guys were a threesome for a long time, and I'm assuming you're new. I'm gonna guess you play guitar now.
Yes.
Tell me about that, dude. How did that come about? It's awesome.
I was working for them previously as a guitar tech.
Yeah.
At various points, taking care of both Sean and Dale, and. It kind of came about, just after the course of them being a three-piece after so long, and they had been discussing adding a fourth member for a very long time, and then one out of the blue, I guess I just kind of I was at home, doing my own thing while we had time off, and Sean had called up and he's like, oh, we're thinking about adding another person. Unbeknownst to me, these guys had already discussed it and everything, and I'm like, all right, well, cool, so who's it going to be? Who am I going to be working for? kind of vibe, and he's like, well, it's actually going to be you, and I all but dropped to my knees.
He didn't ask, he told you.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're playing in a band.
Yeah, it was really cool. Yeah, I was outside pacing in my backyard. I high-fived a tree, and yeah.
I'd probably knock myself out with it if I learned I was playing for SEETHER.
Yeah, I mean, it's a dream come true. I mean, they're my best friends for a long time, and being able to work with them in this capacity as well, it's amazing.
Yeah, dude, I can't imagine. I mean, being called up by a major band like SEETHER. Oh.
Yeah.
I bet it's surreal.
Yeah, it's still, I'm sure it's going to continue to be surreal.
Yeah. When did you start playing shows with them?
Just this tour.
Just this tour?
Yeah.
Because I remember I saw you guys last August in Tulsa. I think it was August? I think it was August.
Was it?
Could have been, yeah.
Yeah, and you were,
Yeah, and at that point I was still teching with them. And I had done a couple of the encores when we had gone to Europe and did an acoustic tour over there, and so they were playing country song and decided that it needed a fourth guy in there just to cover all the bits and stuff, so came out as it ended up being the encore, so I was teching that entire thing, and then once it came, the guys left stage, and then I go out there and then set up a little spot for myself as well. So I immediately had to change mind frames of okay, now, I've been working all day long. Now go out and play. So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's so
fun.
Sick. So tell me about Isolate and Medicate. I see the plane flying around everywhere telling us about it. So tell me about that album, dude. I mean, I love Words as Weapons. That's a great single.
Thank you. Yeah, funny enough, Words as Weapons we actually recorded to go on the Greatest Hits we released last year. We're actually kind of resistant to the idea of the greatest hits. We didn't want to. We didn't want it to seem like we're trying to sell our fans the music they already own again.
That's funny, dude, because I saw some. I think Sean said he's like, "Of course we don't really care about this. Look at the artwork."
Exactly. hence the
dog taking a shit.
The dog shitting. Yeah. But we thought, if we have to do it, we at least wanted to make it worthwhile. Put on some demos and some new stuff, and so went in with Brendan O'Brien and. Knocked out 3 songs, of which Words as Weapons was one, and we liked the song so much we didn't want to essentially throw it away on the greatest hits, so we kept it back for the album.
Really?
So that was really the first song for this album and kind of the benchmark. We I guess knew that the rest of the material had to be at least as strong as that. But it was good, man. It all came together pretty easily, and once we had the music down, we did our homework and knocked it out in a little over 2 weeks.
Really?
So it was kind of an easy album to make, and in that respect. But yeah, just went in, knocked it out, and yeah, man, we're really proud of it. I think we I think we achieved the goal that we'd set for ourselves, and I think I think it's probably the strongest album.
What's a track that you're just most excited about on the album?
There's a couple. There's one called Crash that I really love, and there's another one called Suffer It All, which is it just comes out of the gate swinging, just
really?
full like metal riff.
Oh, that's sweet.
But then there's this melody in the chorus that just kind of opens it up, and then back to the
really
so it's kind of takes you on a bit of a dynamic little journey up and down. It's those are probably two of my favorites, but yeah, I love Words as Weapons as well, but I certainly feel that there's stronger stuff on the album.
Well, Words as Weapons is going to be huge for you guys. I mean, once it gets a hold of more radio, it's gonna blow up.
I hope so. Yeah, I hope so. The response so far has been great. We've been getting a lot of ads from radio stations and a lot of good feedback. So we're excited, man. We're in a good place, I think, and we have a new record label who's, I mean, the plane is evidence of how much they believe in us. We had no idea that was happening until we stepped off.
What the hell is that?
Holy shit! So it's cool to be a priority again, for a label and have them behind us, and really excited about the album and wanting to push it and do the best they can for us. So
that's great, dude. So what is your favorite song on the album?
Well, again, the ones that he had mentioned, Suffer It All and Crash, and there's another one, Same Damn Life. Honestly, the entire record, like, it's like another level.
Really?
I think so, without trying to sound biased or anything towards the band, but I mean, it really blew me away. Just even when Dale and I were at his place in California, when Sean was sending us some of the demos.
Really?
Yeah, and we were up late drinking, and then we got on Skype and everything. He's like, "Here, check these out." And I mean, since day one, since those demos and stuff, these guys are writing all this stuff. It really blew me away. I mean, as far as like, again, just next level stuff. Really, I mean.
Yeah, well, we all.
We told him to give him $50 if he says that.
Just $50, dude. That's
he's a cheap date.
Are you easy?
Garden, yeah.
So, tell me, man, all your years of touring the world, where's the best place to get food?
Oh wow.
I hear Japan a lot.
Yeah, Japan's good. We went to I guess there wouldn't be a Japanese barbecue place, it would just be a barbecue place. And it pretty much blew my mind. I love Thailand as well.
Thailand.
Just get like a Thai coconut curry, just amazing. Europe too. I find a lot of people moan about the food in Europe, but I love it.
Really?
I love it, like pub grub, fish and chips, like in the UK. Haggis in Scotland, I always get some haggis, which people find gross.
What is haggis?
It's basically you take all the internal organs of a sheep and you kind of mash them up with spices and you put it inside the stomach.
Over here.
You put it inside the stomach and then you boil that or cook that. It's kind of a Scottish delicacy.
That's a delicacy.
It is, yeah, and I'm part Scottish, so I love it.
That's sweet.
Italy is amazing.
Yeah.
Germany, amazing. I don't know. I think everywhere you go has got something. As long as you're not too picky, too picky an eater, I think you can find great food wherever you go. You just got to figure out what you like and then stick to that.
Well, we got to try some haggis. So
yes, it's good.
I'll take your word for it. But if I try it and don't like it, I'm gonna call you up.
Start off easy with some ice bind.
Yeah.
Some what?
Always in Germany, I have to have an ice bind. It's basically a pork. I think it's like the elbow joint. They kind of chop it off and then they sort of they either boil it or they glaze, sort of broil it. So it's like covered in crackling, and then it's amazing, juicy, tender. Oh yeah, incredible.
So do you get any kind of inspiration from what you eat on the road? We need a song about haggis.
Oh,
the next single, haggis.
I went to Edinburgh and ate some haggis and burped it up for 3 days. That's the thing with haggis.
3
Yeah,
days.
you'll burp it up for 3 days.
That doesn't sound appealing,
It's the gift
man.
that keeps giving. Yeah. It's a beautiful thing.
So, tell me, I mean, Holding On to Strings Better Left to Fray. It was a really big album for you guys, too. I mean, you guys had Country Song, which was the craziest track we've ever heard from you guys, because it was literally a country song.
Yeah.
So, what made you decide to name it that? I mean, was it just like a working title?
It was a
You were
working
like,
title.
Screw it.
Yeah, it was a working title because you know, all we had was that little twang, you know, twangy guitar thing in the beginning, and I mean that's really the only country or bluegrass-ish, you know, part of the song. You know, when it kicks in and it's all rock, but yeah, we're just like, oh, country song, you know. And it's funny how a lot of songs stay with their working titles. Like we have a song called Burrito. And that was a working title.
I've always wondered
and
that
we
too.
just never bothered to change it because we just got so used to calling it Burrito. We're like, it's Burrito. Put it on the album. And same with country song. We're like, oh, we could call it this, that. It's like nothing felt right, you know. Once you get so used to something, you know, and you've lived with a working title so long, it just sticks.
You gotta keep it.
Right.
And that's just such a catchy song title. It's like,
right.
I know before people heard it and they saw it, they're like, country song, what the hell? Yeah. Well, guys, I think that's really all that I have for you. What do y'all want to say to your fans? I mean, get ready for the album.
Yeah, just thanks for the support and letting us do this. You know, pretty much do what we'd be doing on weekends after work for a living. You know, it's you know, we owe it to all the fans that come to the shows, buy the albums and stuff, and yeah, hopefully the new stuff is exciting, and hopefully everyone likes the new stuff, and please go buy it, please.
Are you gonna beg for them to go buy it too?
Please.
Okay, please, guys, buy that album.